And he encourages us, and he says, there's a few ways that you can manage your faith, that you can manage your faith better, that you can muster up the strength that you need, that you can be faithful. I think the Bible gives us several ways that we can look at, that we can know how we can remain true. And so this morning, I want to look at a few passages that give us these keys to faithfulness, ways that we can have tools in our tool belt, that we can avoid the distractions in life and avoid letting those distractions become influences. And the first thing that we have to do if we're going to remain faithful is we've got to look at our own life. We've got to review our choices. He says to examine ourselves, to look at the kind of life that we're living, to look at the choices that we are making, and we may find something that doesn't belong. Even after we have been repenting, even after we have confessed, even after we have been baptized, we may go on a life of discipleship that is still wanting. And so we are encouraged to examine. He says to review your choices and to remove what corrupts. We have corrupting influences in our lives. People, places, things, ideas. We have things in our life that lead us away from the cross, that compete for our attention, that compete for our affection, that compete in our lives for how we ought to live and the choices we ought to make. We review our choices. We remove the things from our life that are a corrupting influence in our life, and we can't just take something away. We've got to replace it with something. But the Just Say No campaign didn't do so well. And that was happening because you can't just say no to something. You have to replace it with something else. You have to take something away and you have to put something back. You have to remove the evil, remove the corruption, and you have to replace it with the Spirit of God. And I think that faithfulness, that key to faithfulness, one of those keys is that we have joy. I hope that your faith is not a burden to you. I hope that your faith gives you peace, that it gives you strength, that it gives you joy, that it gives you a sense of relief because you know that you are in danger. You know that you'd put yourself in a bad way with Jesus, and he meets you in the middle, and he picks you up, and he dusts you off. And he says it's going to be all right.